G'day folks, Uncle Sharky back once again with another review for you, the toy collector. And today we're going to be looking at Marvel Legends X-Force, and it is Archangel, and he's looking pretty good in this box. So let's crack it open. Alright, straight off the bat, you've already had a look at the figure in the box, but there's another look at what you get and some of the accessories. And we'll have a quick look at the back and a quick read. After having his feather wings mutilated by the Morlocks, those pesky Morlocks, Apocalypse turns Angel into the deadly Archangel. That's right, that's what Apocalypse did. He's a bit of a mean bugger. So yeah, there's a little bit of art for you there with some fellow X-Force members. Warpath, Wolverine. Looks like... I don't know, is that Psylocke? I'm not too sure. I'm no X-Force expert, but that is cool. Yeah, that's okay. I'm a Marvel guy, but I'm not a mutants guy. So this is a little out of left field for me as a review, but hey, it landed here in Australia, so may as well review it. On that note, just want to thank Michael at Culture Shock Collectables. You can see his logo right here on the screen. I'll leave a link to his web store in the video description. You can hit him up if you're across the sea somewhere, because he does ship internationally. So here's the inner sleeve, and it is actually double layered. So you get the wings, you get the wings and his flechette blades in the back here. They look great, but we'll get into those in a second. And the figure and some more of his wing assembly and the extra head sculpt in here. So instead of me rustling all throughout and trying to pull these things out, I'll grab them out and we'll have a look. All right, I'll start with both of these. These are to go into the figure's back, and I believe they attach somehow like this. They're quite firm. You can see the sockets here. They should just go in. Okay, maybe that doesn't go in like that. Let's find out. There we go, that looks like that's one. I'm guessing that's the right way around. Maybe. Oh, okay. Let's have a look here. I think that's right. I think that doesn't feel like it's fully firmly in, but they are in. But anyway, they go there. That's what they look like. And yeah, they'll look a lot better with the actual wings on it. Speaking of, these are the two smaller components here. And I don't believe it denotes if there is a right or left sort of marking on it, but obviously it's easy enough to figure out. But they look nice. The material is nice. They have a bit of a sheen to them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Then you've got the main wing component. And these things are quite large. I have big hands, so to give you an idea, they're pretty big. So they will attach obviously to the back part here. You get an extra set of hands, which obviously have his clawed, like a, you know, his clawed sort of hands and gripping sort of motion, or jazz hands, depending on how you want to do it. So yeah, pretty straightforward. The flechettes that I mentioned before, you get two of those. And the translucent nature of these look fantastic, I think. So yeah, the wing blades effect, it's a nice touch. I did notice there is a speck of paint here that Seems to be a touch off. It's nothing major, but yeah, just a mark or something might come off easily. Yeah, that'll look pretty cool up there. Popped on. The alternate head is here, and he's looking quite angry. As you would, you know, after Apocalypse has worked his magic on you and turned you blue. It is a nice face sculpt. The Marvel Legends face sculpts have been pretty good of late, so you can't complain about that. Take a look at the figure, and we'll start from the top, make our way down. So that's the more serious face, I guess, for lack of better phrasing. It looks good, once again, like the other one. It's nice. The paintwork on this figure really pops. I don't see any QC issues with it, which is nice to see. All the lines marrying up perfectly from the head to the chest to the ab crunch. We'll have a look at his articulation while we're here. There's no butterfly joints on this, so just be mindful of that. Don't try and force them. You do have shoulder swivel here, shoulder swivel here. Double pinless there. You've got, oh, is there a wrist swivel? I don't know if there's a wrist swivel. Doesn't feel like it unless it's stiff. Let's have a look on the other side. No, there's not. There isn't. It looks like there's a line break there for it, but no, it's not. But you do have, obviously, the hand swivel there. And the joints are moving pretty good. There's no resistance whatsoever. Not clunky at all. He comes with the set of fists, as you can see here. Punching hands, whatever you want to call it. He can look that far down. The neck ball is quite rigid in terms of the movement. And he can look all the way up like that. Which is what you want from a figure that is going to be mainly aerial based, you know, in flight. So, you know, if he's going like this, you can have him looking like this. If he's coming down like this, you know, you can work with that in terms of posing, depending on how you're going to display him. So that's good. I like that. And he can also do a full exorcist as well. Ab crunch to there. And this is like, requires a bit of sort of manipulation to get him into that. It's not loose at all, which is good. That's as far back as he can go. Which is, I guess, a nice sort of opportunity you have for posing him if he's getting smacked around or something by someone. So that's cool. And that comes up. You can hear that actually crunching nicely. Very crunchy. I like. What have we got here? Thigh swivel is good. Solid movement all the way around, no problem. Paintwork lining up there nicely on that leg. And again, on that leg, no issues on the deco front. He can kick his own ass up to about there. Well, he's not really doing much ass kicking, but I guess he could kick someone else's ass. Absolutely. So yeah, that's all good there. Boot cut. Pivots all the way around. Ankle rockers. All good on that front. All good on that front. Doing his best ballerina mode. Again, these are crunchy in the sense that, you know, they are manipulating well, but not like loose at all, like the ab crunch. So that's good to see. I like that. Let's flip him around and have a look at the back. There's the back of his scone there. You can see that the paint's looking good on that front. Let's get his arms down here for a minute. Paintwork there is all good. On his buns as well. All in all, just a really nice base level figure when you look at him minus all his accessories. Let's see how he stands straight off the bat. Probably because I moved his ankles around, he's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt to... We'll try again, hang on. Alright, should stand perfectly fine just now. Do it, mate. Don't make a liar out of me. There we go. Cool. Alright, let's get him all kitted up. So I'll just show you for the sake of this exercise, these just pop in again. Like so. And it should clip. I don't know why that didn't make a clicking noise. Hang on. No one does. This one doesn't want to. But that is essentially in. And you can grab one of these bad boys, and this just pops on like so. And you'll hear that click into place. No problems. I think that's right. Yeah, that's definitely right. Yeah. And then I'm going to take this one. Bang. Your Johnny Onekins. All right, and these ones are going to come over the top like so. And you're going to probably have to angle this in and around, I'm guessing, because they have these sockets. So just going to play around with this a little bit just to line it up perfectly. Probably do this without it being attached. Let me see if that's easier. All right, moment of truth. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's easier having it off the figure to do that. And you'll see that that's lined up flush. And one more for the folks in the back. Boom. Now the grand reveal of him with his wings. Looking pretty fly for a blue guy. It looks sick. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty bloody impressed by this figure. Here's a look at the back, and let's just see how he stands with this, with the wings not even touching the ground. Let's see if we can. Oh, pretty damn easy. Look at that. The balance on that, phenomenal. Very, very, very impressive. All right, let's get him geared up with his blades. So it took a little bit of fiddling to get it on, but they are just attached to the wings here, like so. And when he's in a flight mode, they look pretty cool. They don't attach to his hands as far as I can work out. I've just noticed that this wing up here is getting a little bit loose already, which maybe just falling off place, but yeah. This is also a good opportunity to look at the extra set of hands that I've put on there as well. So yeah, pretty cool. We'll just see how he stands in this mode. Again, wings off the ground, and we'll find out how good he looks. Oh, easy. No problems at all. Like, look at that. You'll love to see it. And we're just going to pop him here for a second, and we will have a look at this wing shield in terms of it being manipulated to protect him. It can be done. At the moment, it is touching the ground. Well, he can definitely keep the rain off his head, so there's that. There we go. That's again cross body now, but it's still touching the ground as well. Because of the nature of these, when you're trying to rotate them into a position where he can go cross body to protect himself, they're going to hit each other there at the joint. So you can't really get him shielded without the wingtips touching the ground, which is not necessarily, a deal breaker or anything like that. But you're probably going to have to play around with it a bit more in terms of the position of the actual figure to maybe get them to sort of cover him a bit better. But in essence, it does work. So we'll do a comparison now to a couple of other Legends figures. Let's just see. I've just changed the wing position to see how well he's going to stand next to some other people, being able to give them the room. But I might have to take the wing assembly off, I think, just for the sake of this exercise. Alright, so there you got him with Psylocke, and then you got him with Dakin, who I also recently reviewed on the channel. Yeah, look, he's a bit taller than Psylocke, and without the mohawk, he's definitely taller than Dakin. So, a couple of other fellow muties, but let's have a look with some shiny people. And you've got him here with the good old Reaver Pretty Boy, and Ultron on the right. And I just wanted to see how he'd look with two other... Oops, there you go, some Legends boxes. With two other figures that have a silver deco. And, you know, he's a tie-in, he's an X-Men character, so that kind of works. Anyway, on to the next one. And just to give you more idea of the sheer size and scale of this release, here he is with the Fat Controller and Marvel's biggest creep, the Watcher. To give you an idea of wingspan, you've got Cobra's Birdman Raptor here. These wings on this figure, if you're not a G.I. Joe collector, like, are pretty good in terms of the articulation. But I prefer the assembly on this because this is a backpack and it's prone to falling off. Whereas these, they aren't coming off. So he has the edge over this guy. If you're familiar with that, you're going to absolutely love how this operates. The only knock against that compared to this is that, you know, with these, you've got a lot more sort of dynamic sort of range of movement. So, but yeah, there's a couple more comparisons done for you. So let's wrap this up. Look, not going to lie, expectations have been exceeded, and that's probably because I didn't really plan on getting this figure. It arrived here early in Australia, so I figured, why not give it a bash and review it, and I'm happy with it. But, truth be told, I've already sold it to one of my mates who is more of a mutant collector, so once I finish this review, I'll be packing it up and sending it off, and I'm kind of regretting that a little bit. However, that will stop me from going down a new rabbit hole in Legends and collecting mutant characters more than I already have. So, the figure itself, the Vulcan body, even though it doesn't look like Spock at all. I'm kidding, that's a joke. I know that Star Trek and X-Men are two different things, just relax. Even without the butterfly joints, you can still, you know, pose this figure pretty damn well. And it's an impressive sculpt. You know, the paintwork, as I've mentioned at the start, pretty much flawless as far as I can tell. I haven't noticed any issues, so that's great. As I mentioned, dig the wing assembly. These look nice. Attaching them is, you know, a bit sort of naff. They just sort of clip over the wings, but, you know, they're a nice touch. They could have easily just left these out, and, you know, getting the extra head sculpt and the set of hands, it's the least you can expect for a higher premium price point. I recommend this if you're on the fence at all because you've got any of the previous Angel figures. Just get this. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But yeah, that's all I have to really say. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you didn't, you can tell me it sucks as well. I like criticism. I like being told good things. Whatever. Feedback is always welcome. And if you haven't checked out any of my other stuff, I've got a couple of other Legends videos up there, as I mentioned. I will be reviewing more Legends moving forward. Subscribe if you want. If you don't want to, also don't subscribe. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up again. I already said that. Let's wrap it up one more time and let you go about your business. Have a good day. All that good stuff. Say hi to your dogs for me. See ya.